Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to all the genius members of Study Corner. Welcome you all in another amazing zone of education. And today we will start first year English syllabus. As you already know, we are aiming to provide quality education in the comfort zone of your home. So open your books and the first unit of first year English syllabus is His First Flight by Liam O. Flaherty. Synonyms of the difficult words are given on the screen, so while reading the text, you will not be reluctant to understand the text of the unit. I hope you have opened your books. Now let's move towards the description of text. In paragraph 1, you will see the young seagull was left alone on the ledge. His siblings achieved expedition, but he was still surrounded by the fear of flight and failed in every attempt, in every try. The enormous, vast sea was challenging, and he felt that feeble arms could not support him to practice a flight. So there was another chance rather than stay alone on the surface. His siblings, who were weak than him, were enjoying their flights. His parents were also scolding him. Even the fear of hunger could not help him to muster the courage. Next, you will see his siblings were mastering the art of flying, diving, and catching fish under the guidance of parents. The young seagull was looking at them, but no one was paying attention to him. The young seagull faced serious taunt from his family due to timidity, cowardice, while all were cheering his brother on catching a fish, and now he was enjoying a hearty meal. In paragraph 3, as the day progressed, scorching heat, tormenting heat became another problem for him. He was hungry for a long hour but found nothing to eat. He wanted to access his parents without a fly, tried a lot, but all in vain. Because the enormity of sea was between them, he could not fly or cross the sea in any way. In paragraph 4, he tried to grab the attention of his family, but no one showed interest in him and remained busy in their activities. Only his mother was attentive towards him while eating a fish. The madness of hunger overpowered him. He started to communicate to his mother through different gestures, and she responded too with the same gestures. He started to demand food from his mother, but she scolded. All of a sudden, a strange thing happened. In paragraph 5, you will see a strange thing happened. He found his mother very near to him with a piece of fish in her beak. He struggled to approach her. The mother came close to him. He was about to take a bite, but the mother stayed away from him. The intensity of hunger drove him to snatch the piece from mother's beak. So he moved forward and unintentionally left the edge of the mountain. This was the point. He was falling, and the fear surrounded him intensely. His defense mechanism activated, and he felt that his feeble wings were keen to support him in flying and dragging him away from the fear of death. This was the moment. He flapped his wings, stopped falling, and started flying. He was experiencing a high flight. His mother was excited and flying nearby him. Soon his family joined him in his first flight. The whole family was celebrating his final effort excitedly. He completely forgot his failure and started to enjoy his triumph. In the end, the fear of enormous sea has disappeared now. He was flying on the sea with confidence. All the family members were happy and flying with him. They were also offering him fish as a feast on his first flight. Now, I'll sum up the whole unit. This story is about a young seagull who was hesitant on his first flight. His family encouraged him to muster courage and explore the world beyond him, but he was so frightened to fly. So the family decided to left him alone. His parents rebuked and admonished him, but all in vain. Then they planned to trigger his courage with hunger. After a long period of starvation, he saw his mother ingesting fish. This sight made him exceedingly famished. The mother sensed fragility in him due to hunger, so came with a piece of fish towards him, but stopped at a particular distance. He tried to snatch the fish from his mother. In that effort, he fell outwards and downwards into space. It was a terrible moment for him, but soon he managed to fly. The whole of the family joyfully celebrated his first flight. Now I will explain study questions. Part 1 recalling, and question number 1 is, what is the young seagull afraid of? Answer to this question is, the young seagull has recently opened his eyes in a new world. He is still so fragile and flimsy, but the domain in front of him is so enormous and challenging. There is vast and a continuous frame of bottomless water beneath him, and he has to dive in an open space without any support. To go through this trial, he cannot trust on his feeble wings, so he thought it's better to stay safe on the ledge. Question number 2, why don't his parents, his brothers and sister, give him food? His family is trying very hard to persuade him towards his first flight, but they are failed in every attempt, in every try. Then they decided to leave him alone and hungry because they think his hunger can force him to make serious effort to fly. Young Seagull is so coward and not trying to overcome his fears, but all of his family members wanted to see him courageous, so they made this wise decision to leave him hungry and alone on the ledge. Question number 3 is, what does his mother do to force him to fly? The young seagull is so afraid of flying, even he has left to make efforts, but his family cannot accept him as a loser. So they all are trying to boost his courage in one way or other. The mother seagull senses extreme appetite of her fledgling, so she towards him with a piece of fish, but intentionally stops at a visible distance and offers him food. The young seagull tries to grab fish from his mother beak. In this effort, he involuntarily left the ledge and falls into space and explores his first flight after crossing a series of fear. Question number 4, what does he feel when he finally flaps his wings and finds that he is not falling. The young seagull takes a bold step to snatch a piece of fish from his mother's beak and falls off the cliff. The force of gravity is attracting him towards death. He is panicked and frightened, but the fear of death generates immunity for life. His wings start to spread outwards, his feeble arms get the sport of air, and soon he begins to fly with energy. Now he is strong enough to explore the space around him. What is significant about the bird's first flight? Question number 6, interpreting part. This story emphasizes the reality of life. One needs to experience and face a lot of challenges at every stage. Most of the time, these encounters increase fears in our heart and mind and gravely demotivate us to do something. But we should fight and overcome our doubts, worries, and uncertainties. There is no doubt in it that most of our fears are illusion. The moment we interchange our weaknesses to strength, reality comes in front of us. These are the moments when the castle of self built horrors demolishes and our efforts brings triumph, gratification, fulfillment, and satisfaction. Question number 7 is, what lesson do you learn from this simple story? The lesson, his first flight, teaches us that only the first step is difficult to take, but once you accomplish it takes you to another world of experiences, victories, and achievements. It is essential to beat your inner fears and just focus on what you want to conquer. This lesson also teaches us that honest and logical sport is a boundless blessing in the way of our achievement. We need someone besides us in our struggling phase. The young seagull is struggling to accomplish his first flight. His family is there to help him in mustering up the courage, and with their support and backing, he makes his way. Extending part, question number 8. Why is it difficult to do something for the first time? In the first attempt, we lack in knowledge and experience. The fear of failure makes things difficult for us. Anonymous consequence of any action makes us more anxious to try anything new. Lack of self confidence is also another reason that generates troubles in the way of the first attempt. Absence of self assurance raises a lot of questions in our mind regarding efforts. But at this early stage, we cannot find the answer to those questions, so it becomes challenging to take the first step. This was all about Unit 1. I hope Study Corner assisted to meet your objectives and this video was really beneficial. For more videos, give like, comment, share and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Allah Hafiz.